Happy birthday! Okay, so I just wanted to make you a quick video to wish you an amazing birthday. I hope it's been good up to this point. Before I get all sweet and stuff though, I have to fulfill my promise to make you regret not letting me buy you a birthday gift. I have to admit that I'm hoping that if I do it early on enough in the video, by the end of it you will have forgotten and won't want to murder me anymore. So, without further ado... Okay, so one time, Jer and his dad were in their backyard building something, a porch or something like that. Anyway, Jared was assigned the task of nailing a board down, and his dad was instructing him on how to do it properly. Jared's dad told him to put his head on the nail, meaning to line the head of the hammer up with the head of the nail before he just went to town whacking away at it and all that. Jared just slightly misunderstood this set of instructions, and when Jared's dad turned around, Jared was standing there bent over with the side of his head on the head of the nail. Okay, so I hope that you don't really want to murder me right now, but to be fair, I warned you. I told you you should just let me get you a real gift. But anyway, on with the actual gift. The one that I've been cryptically worrying about and teasing you with, but not actually telling you for the past couple weeks. I hope you like it. I hope you don't think it's stupid like I did every other minute that I was working on it. There's really not much else I can say about it right now, so let's just get on with it. Here we go. Once upon a time there was a girl named Nano and a boy named Jekyll Meremy. A prince named Jekyll Meremy, who was very handsome. One day Nano was in town buying some tomatoes and tripped over her own feet, as she was wont to do, face-planting the dirt and spilling her produce everywhere. As she started to get to her feet, a hand reached out to help her. It was Prince Jekyll Meremy's. But she did not know he was a prince, for he was not wearing his crown. She thanked him as he pulled her to her feet and helped her gather her strewn items. "Thank you," said Nano. "No need to thank," said Jekyll. "I once broke my leg while taking out the garbage, so I sympathize with clumsiness." Nano smiled, embarrassed by her inability to remain stable and upright. She gave Jekyll a little wave and murmured a goodbye, then began to walk off. "Wait, I help you out and I don't even get your name in return? Do you want to go grab a bite to eat?" called Jekyll. Nano shook her head in response. Truth be told, Nano would have loved to have said yes, but she was still far too ashamed of her bout of clumsiness to even begin entertaining the idea of spending more time in the handsome stranger's presence. Nano hurried home with their purchases and spent the rest of the evening trying to keep herself from turning as red as the vegetable she had bought every time she thought of her encounter with the stranger in town. Days, weeks, and even months passed. Both Nano and Prince Jekyll had gone about their days as usual, with Nano caring for the town's pets and working as pest control for the local guinea pig problem, and Jekyll learning to rule the kingdom. Nano's mind often flitted back to that day in town when her face became acquainted with the dirt street, but she tried not to let herself dwell on that idea for too long. Nano didn't have time to worry over the first impression she had made on someone that she would never see again, nor did she have time to contemplate why that thought made her so sad. On a cold day in the middle of winter, Nano received word that a particularly ugly guinea pig was wreaking havoc on the outskirts of town. Nano quickly set off in search of the beast. As she wandered through the forest searching for fresh guinea pig tracks, she noticed a line of guinea pig paw prints leading further away from town, where the ground crisscrossed with roots and fallen branches and the trees grew closer together. It was generally advised not to wander deeper into the heart of the forest without a companion, but what Nano had in supreme guinea pig hunting skills she lacked in street smarts. Further and further she followed the footprints. Nano had long ago lost sight of town and was beginning to worry that if she didn't turn around soon, she wouldn't be able to make it back home before nightfall. Just as she was about to turn around and try to follow her own steps back, she noticed something in the distance. Though she was certain this figure was not a guinea pig because it was approximately 4,184.5 times too big. Exactly what it was she couldn't yet say. She stepped forward, peering curiously through the tree branches, trying to put a name to the strange shape. Unfortunately, Nano had forgotten to put in her contacts that morning, so she could not see clearly any more than 5 feet in front of her, making the shape-identifying business a rather difficult task indeed. As she drew closer to the mystery figure, she realized that whatever it was quite large and leaning against a tree, a purple something. She moved slowly nearer to it, stepping lightly over tree brambles and trying her hardest not to make a peep. Nano circled around the last tree remaining between her and the purple behemoth, but in her haste forgot to watch where her feet landed. A loud crack sprang from an old dried-out branch that had just crumbled under her weight, revealing her presence to the purple figure that had sprung around in response to the commotion. Even without contacts, Nano could clearly see that this was a creature to fear. It had a big yellow eye in the middle of its forehead, framed by skin mottled with grotesque bumps, and a large nose protruding below it. The monster smiled a lopsided smile, revealing a dozen jagged teeth. It began inching towards Nano. Nano froze in terror. She knew there was no way she could outrun the beast, nor was there anywhere she could sufficiently hide herself. Nano backed up as quickly as she could, but ended up tripping over bits of the same branch that had gotten her into this predicament. The creature grew closer, its eyes locked on Nano's. All hope was lost. The monster was only 2 strides away at this point. There was no hope left for escape, and she clearly wasn't strong enough to fight it off. Then, out of the corner of her eye, Nano saw something. A whir of red and the sound of hooves smacking the earth filled her senses. The beast jolted back, trying to catch sight of whatever was interrupting its dinner, and was quickly sliced across the stomach by the long blade of a sword as its rider stampeded past. It was the stranger from town. Nano stared in amazement as the brave stranger repeatedly lunged and slashed at her assailant until it crumpled to the ground. The stranger dismounted his horse and strode over to where Nano sat in the snow, paralyzed from the shock of how quickly everything just happened. Their second encounter began the same as their first, with Jekyll extending his hand and helping her to her feet. "Thank you," stammered Nano. "Don't thank me," he replied with a casual roll of his totally dreamy blue eyes. Nano blushed, frozen by both the bitter winds and her own embarrassment. She was once again unable to speak. "So how about that bite to eat?" asked Jekyll. Nano stammered her consent. The two strode over to his noble steed that then carried them off in the direction of town, where a delicious meal of hummus with wheat thins and tomato sandwiches awaited them, along with promises of a wonderful future to come. Ta-da! Yeah. Okay, so that was your gift. I hope you liked it. I meant for it to be a compliment to you, because to me, you are my savior. You have been so many times, for both big and little things. And, to me, you are a handsome prince with totally dreamy blue eyes. And though, like, at the heart of the story, I'm serious that you have been my savior, I couldn't be, like, totally serious in the story, so that's where all the little inside jokes came from. And, I'm sure you got them. Although I wonder if you, picked up on why I made the monster purple, and it's not just because I hate the color purple. But, like I said, I meant for it to be a compliment. I meant for it to make you smile and laugh, even if you were just laughing at me and how completely fucking weird I am. I'll take what I can get at this point. Anyway, moving on. I hope this birthday has been wonderful. I hope it's been your best yet. You deserve nothing less. I'm not going to sing. I'm not going to sing happy birthday for you because I'm not going to make your ears bleed after I just made your eyes bleed with my stupid little stick figures. But, I hope you enjoy my happy birthday message to you all the same. I know you don't really like celebrating your birthday, but to me it's important too because it's the anniversary of the day that it became possible for you to come into my life, and I don't know where I'd be without you. Thank you for always being my best friend, for always being there for me, for supporting me no matter what. It means more to me than you know. You're wonderful, and I'm very, very lucky to have you, and I love you. Happy birthday, Jeremy.